Hello. Today we'll be looking at a different concept. We have been considering linear simple harmonic motion. अब तक हमने linear simple harmonic motion को we tried to study it, we tried to derive the differential equation about it, and we tried to find out the different quantities related with linear simple harmonic motion. Now, when we talk about oscillations, oscillations is a topic in mechanics. Mechanics is the branch of physics which deals with objects that are in motion. A very interesting phenomenon, a very interesting fact about motion is that there are two, you can say, similar ways to describe different phenomena, but which are very analogous to each other. What I want to say is anything that happens in linear motion, anything that happens in linear motion, a similar thing will happen in angular motion. ऐसी कोई भी चीज, कोई भी फिनोमिनन जो लीनियर मोशन में होता है, a similar thing can be described for angular motion. And that is what we want to do today for SHM. हमने सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन को लीनियर टर्म्स में पढ़ा कि व्हाट विल हैपन व्हेन सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन इज लीनियर मींस अलोंग अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. तो जो मोशन होगा दैट मोशन विल बी अलोंग अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. नाउ वी आर ट्राइंग टू सी व्हाट विल हैपन इफ द मोशन इज नॉट अलोंग अ स्ट्रेट लाइन बट इट इज समथिंग डिफरेंट. लेट मी गिव यू अ सिंपल एग्जांपल. यू हैव सम ऑब्जेक्ट, आपके पास कोई ऑब्जेक्ट है विच इज टाइड टू अ रोप, लेट्स से अ सिंपल पेंडुलम. यूजुअली वी डिस्प्लेस अ सिंपल पेंडुलम लाइक दिस. हम सिंपल पेंडुलम को ऐसे रोटेट, ऐसे मूव करते हैं, एंड दिस इज हाउ अ सिंपल पेंडुलम ऑसिलेट्स. इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस, what will happen if again this is a rope and a bob is tied to it, and now I rotate it this way. मैं इसको थोड़ा सा रोटेट करके छोड़ दूं. Then what will happen? We know that once you rotate an object and if it is tied to a string and you let it go, it will again try to come back to its original position. ठीक है? This is something we have seen a lot of times. कोई भी चीज, अगर किसी चीज को string attached हो, हम उसको ऐसे slightly rotate करते हैं, it will come back to its original position, and you will see that this to and from motion will go on for some time. Now, are you noticing something similar about what we just described and with what we had described earlier? You might have noticed earlier when we spoke about linear simple harmonic motion, we said that any object which is displaced, if it experiences a restoring force which brings it back to its original position, it will kind of execute linear simple harmonic motion. Now we are saying I have not given this object any force. I have given it a force, but whenever force produces rotation, we call it by a different name. We say that is some kind of a torque. So now I have given this object a torque. मैंने इसको कोई torque दिया है. You gave it a torque or you displaced it, and once you displaced it, it again experiences a torque which is opposite to the displacement. Earlier we were experiencing a force which is opposite to the linear displacement. Now we are experiencing a torque opposite to the angular displacement. So this object will perform angular simple harmonic motion. This object will perform angular simple harmonic motion. Now, as I said earlier, whatever we study in linear motion, a similar thing can be studied in angular motion. जो हमने linear motion में पढ़ा, वैसे के वैसे चीजों को हम angular motion में पढ़ सकते हैं. What is the difference? Whenever we use linear motion, we use x for displacement because displacement is linear. उसकी कोई distance होगी. In angular displacement, the displacement has to be an angle theta. Here we have velocity. Dx by dt. Here we have angular velocity omega, which is d theta by dt. Okay, this omega is not our angular frequency, okay? Don't get confused. I'm just writing it just to give you an analogy. We won't use omega as angular velocity in SHM. Okay, we have v, we have omega, then we have acceleration. हमारे पास acceleration होता है. Here we have angular acceleration. Another very important thing. Here we say that mass plays a certain role. In all our equations for mechanics, we have mass playing a certain role. The same role, the role that mass plays for linear motion, there is a similar quantity that plays the same role for angular motion. We call it the moment of inertia. And what is the moment of inertia? Moment of inertia is nothing but mass multiplied by square of the distance of that point from its axis of rotation. मतलब अगर if this is rotating, if this chalk is rotating this way, and if it is rotating around this point, इस point के across उसके rotations हो रहे हैं, तो इस point से लेकर इस point तक जो distance है, इसका square multiplied by the mass will be the moment of inertia. So the role that mass plays in linear motion, moment of inertia plays in angular motion. So we have x, we have for x we have theta, for velocity we have omega, for acceleration we have angular acceleration, for mass we have moment of inertia. What do we have for force? The role that force plays, of course, force produces displacement, and instead of force in angular motion we will have torque, which is usually represented by the letter tau. This is the Greek letter tau. So force is replaced by tau. And the interesting fact is, just by replacing these quantities by these quantities, you get everything that you did in SHM, you get in angular SHM. Matlab, you don't have to derive everything again. What you do is, you take what you already know and you just replace it by these quantities. You have an equal and perfectly accurate description of angular SHM. That is what we have to try and do. And one more interesting fact is, when it comes to Newtonian mechanics, जब हम बात करते हैं न्यूटोनियन मैकेनिक्स की, लीनियर इज डिफरेंट, एंगुलर इज डिफरेंट. लीनियर के लिए वी यूज वन सेट ऑफ फॉर्मलिज्म, एंगुलर के लिए वी यूज अनदर सेट ऑफ फॉर्मलिज्म, है ना, काइंड ऑफ. यू कैन सी द डिफरेंस. Later on, when you study advanced mechanics, when you go to your TYBSc or when you study Lagrangian mechanics, you will see that this entire thing is replaced by something called generalized coordinates. Generalized coordinates. Now, what are generalized coordinates? I am not going to tell you right now, but what I want to tell you is, the advantage of Lagrangian mechanics is, you don't treat this as two different things. You just say motion hai, whether it is angular, whether it is linear, I don't care. I am just going to take some coordinate. And using one formalism, you can derive any problem, any mechanical problem, you can analyze it. That is the advantage of Lagrangian mechanics or Hamiltonian mechanics. Lagrangian या Hamiltonian जो formulation है, that has this kind of an advantage. This is just a side note. This is not something you need to remember. Don't be afraid of these terms. Very simple. We'll learn it whenever we, God willing, if we do a mechanics video series, we'll learn this as well. If we try and study classical mechanics as well. Alright. Now, let me just very quickly do something about, let us try and get the differential equation for angular SHM. Again, I'm saying we don't have to derive it, but I just want to give you a sense of what we did already. So this will just be useful revision. So let's say we have a fixed support, some fixed support, and again you have a light inextensible string. And now instead of a bob, I have a disc. I have a disc that is suspended this way. Okay, something like this. Some kind of a disc. Okay, some disc that is suspended. Now, in linear SHM, the displacement was always about an equilibrium position. Here, it is very difficult to define an equilibrium position, right? Because it is constantly going to rotate. So let's draw some kind of a reference line. I will just draw a reference line and I will call this reference line as my equilibrium position. So this is just my, on my disc I draw a line. On my disc I draw a line. And now I rotate this. Now I rotate this disc. And you will see that this reference line maximum यहाँ displace होगा और इस direction में maximum यहाँ displace होगा. So this maximum displacement I will call as theta naught, and this maximum displacement I will call as minus theta naught. So there in linear SHM we had amplitude plus a minus a. Here we will have plus theta naught minus theta naught. Again, this is nothing but the amplitude. So let us try and derive the differential equation for angular SHM. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to try and derive the differential equation for angular SHM. Now, how do you derive it? Simple. Just do what you did in linear SHM. In linear SHM, you said that let there be a force acting on a body which is directly proportional to the displacement from its mean position and is directed away from the force, or it is directed opposite to the force. So here I will say let there be a torque that is directly proportional to the displacement from its mean position, or rather its angular displacement. Now I should say angular displacement theta from its mean position, and it is directed in the opposite direction. Now I want to replace this proportionality sign, so I will introduce another constant called, this is not k, this is a Greek letter kappa. This is a Greek letter kappa. Now again, this k or this kappa will play a similar role what k played in linear SHM. Okay, in most textbooks, in some textbooks you will also find instead of k there they write c, and I write theta as it is. In linear SHM, what was K? For a spring, K is the spring constant. For SHM, we say K is the restoring force per unit displacement. Restoring force per unit displacement. मतलब थोड़े डिस्प्लेसमेंट के लिए कम फोर्स, ज्यादा डिस्प्लेसमेंट के लिए ज्यादा फोर्स. सो कितना फोर्स लगेगा अलग अलग बॉडीज पे, दैट विल डिपेंड ऑन के. दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन के. हियर वी विल से how much torque is applicable on a body or how much restoring torque is applicable on a body will be determined by this Greek letter kappa. Okay, this is nothing but restoring torque per unit angular displacement. This is restoring torque per unit angular displacement. ठीक है. Now I have torque is equal to minus k theta. In linear motion, I have force is equal to mass into acceleration. In angular motion, I should have torque is equal to mass should be replaced by moment of inertia and acceleration should be replaced by angular acceleration. So let us just replace that here. Then we can write moment of inertia multiplied by angular acceleration is equal to minus kappa times theta. Okay, minus kappa times theta. Now I'll just bring this to this side. So I will have I into alpha plus kappa times theta is equal to 0. I divide by I will have alpha plus k upon I, not k, very sorry, this is kappa upon I times theta is equal to 0. And now if you remember, when we did the same derivation for linear SHM, here what did we have? We had k upon m. And k upon m we defined as omega squared. So here we will define as, let kappa upon I be, instead of omega squared, let us try and we'll use omega squared again, no issues. We'll keep the variable as omega squared. Okay, we'll keep this omega as. Now this will be the angular frequency again. This is again the angular frequency. So now I have alpha is the angular acceleration. So angular acceleration is the second derivative of displacement, d2 theta by dt square, plus kappa by I is replaced by omega squared theta is equal to 0. And this is the differential equation of angular SHM. How did we get this? Simple. We know the differential equation of linear SHM, d2x by dt squared plus omega squared into x is equal to 0. Just replace x by theta. Replace x by theta and you get the differential equation for angular SHM. What was the solution for this equation? We derived the solution as x is equal to amplitude into sine of omega t plus phi, isn't it? So what will be the solution of this equation? By analogy, we can say the solution to this equation will be replace x by theta, replace a by theta naught. So theta is equal to theta naught sine of omega t plus phi. Time plays the same role, angular frequency plays the same role. Okay, so this is the solution, or this is the instantaneous displacement, instantaneous angular displacement in angular SHM. Similarly, you can derive other quantities also. If you want to derive other quantities, just use this. Replace velocity by angular velocity, replace acceleration by angular acceleration, and so on and so forth. Similarly, you can derive the kinetic energy, you can derive the potential energy, so on and so forth. Okay, so let's just quickly just summarize everything. You can just pause the video and note this down, and then we'll quickly summarize. Okay, I'm going to erase this. Alright, let us quickly summarize. Let's say this is linear SHM. Linear SHM, and this is angular SHM. Okay, what do we have in linear SHM? Linear SHM, we say that F is directly proportional to the negative of displacement. That is, it is directed opposite to the displacement. Here we should say torque is directly proportional to the angular displacement, and it is directed in the opposite direction. That's why we call it a restoring torque. This is not a torque which is taking a body away. This is restoring torque, that is restoring it to its original position. That's why we have a negative sign. So here we had F is equal to minus kx. Here we will have tau is equal to minus of kappa into theta. K was restoring force per unit displacement. This is restoring torque per unit displacement. Next, after force, we had the differential equation. What was the differential equation of linear SHM? The differential equation of linear SHM was d2x by dt squared plus omega squared into x is equal to 0. Here we will have d2 theta by dt squared plus omega squared into theta is equal to 0. Okay. Here omega squared was defined as k upon m, where k was the restoring force per unit displacement and m was the mass. Here omega squared will be defined as restoring torque per unit moment of inertia, not per unit mass. Okay, that will be per unit moment of inertia. Next, what is the displacement at an instant? Displacement at an instant was given by a sine of omega t plus phi. Here the instantaneous angular displacement at a point or at a time, at a certain time, is given by, this is the angular amplitude theta naught into sine of omega t plus phi. Okay. Then we had time period. Do you remember what was the time period? The time period we wrote as 2 pi upon omega. Again, the time period here remains the same, 2 pi upon omega. But what was omega here? Omega was root k by m. So this was 2 pi square root of m by k. This will become 2 pi square root of I upon kappa. I upon kappa. Then what is frequency? Frequency is nothing but 1 by t. It is omega by 2 pi. It is the reciprocal of time period. So you will have 1 upon 2 pi root k by m. Similarly here t will be omega by 2 pi. That is nothing but 1 upon 2 pi square root of kappa upon I. I is the moment of inertia. And then finally I think we had derived the expression for energy. Do you remember what we derived for energy? It was half m omega squared multiplied by half m omega squared a squared. It was half m omega squared a squared. Here it will be half m omega squared theta naught squared, because here a is the amplitude and here theta naught is the angular amplitude. Now half m omega squared a squared, if you substitute for omega or m omega squared, see what is m omega squared? M omega squared is nothing but k. This can be written as half k a squared. This can be written as half kappa theta naught squared. Okay, I am just substituting m omega squared is equal to k. And then finally, one more way to write this is just substitute the value for k and you will get, or substitute 2 pi nu for omega and you will get 2 pi, you get 2 pi m omega squared, nu squared a squared. Okay, 2 pi m nu squared a squared. You just substitute 2 pi nu for omega, you get another relation. So here you can write that as 2 pi moment of inertia into, instead of nu, okay, again nu squared theta naught squared. Okay, nu will remain the same, frequency. So basically, whenever you have something related to angular SHM, it is an equivalent problem to linear SHM. Okay, it's not something new. It is something that you've studied, only you have to make certain substitutions. Instead of displacement, put angular displacement, so on and so forth. So that is a brief description of angular SHM. Okay, we'll stop.